John, how's it going today?
Very good. This convention's been fun. You know, meeting you guys, meeting some of these girls in the great costumes, and so on. Steel City Convention.
So how do you feel, because this is the zombie capital of the world, I mean, how do you feel when you get to see, 50 people roaming around in zombie outfits?
Well, a lot of times we don't even think about it because we're so used to it. We kind of set the whole thing in motion, and now it's all over the place. But George Romero and Russ Streiner and I, a couple of years ago, we were at the convention in Horrifying in Maryland. And we were getting together in George's room for some drinks, after the show. And people, and I went to get something out of my car and then go up to George's room. And I'm coming into the hotel, which was a Hyatt, and there's like 200 people lined up to go into the screening room. And most of them are wearing Night of the Living Dead stuff. They have one guy with an artificial leg had a painting of one of the scenes on his artificial leg. Other people had scenes from the movie tattooed on their arms or legs or whatever. And I got up to George's room and I said, we don't usually think about this stuff because we're more involved with what we're doing now, but I just passed about 200 people and they're all wearing our stuff, and all of a sudden it hit me, well, yeah, we started all this stuff and now everybody's going around with pictures of zombies on their bodies.
So speaking of that, what exactly are you doing now? I mean, are you still writing it all, or are you just making the appearances?
Of course, I'm always. I have a movie-making program at Du Bois Business College.
Oh, okay.
So Russ Streiner and I co-direct the program. And, 5 years in a row, our classes have won prizes at the 48-hour film project. We think it's the best course in the country and the least expensive. And I'm signed to direct 3 movies.
Oh, really?
They're in financing stage. One of them's tied up with a Hollywood company. I don't know when they're going to say, let's go, greenlight the thing, which is kind of annoying me. And I think we're going to probably shoot the Midnight remake this summer. And so I have a new book coming out called The Hungry Dead.
The Hungry Dead, okay.
Yeah. And it's already in production with my publisher, Kensington Books. So I'm always doing a lot of things. The stage play, George Romero, Russ Streiner, and I are executive producers of Night of the Living Dead Live, opening this month in Toronto.
Really? I had no idea that was happening.
Yeah, so I'm going to be in Toronto 3 more times this month, and Shockstock in London, Ontario, for promoters of the play. And they're doing a great job with it. The director is Chris Bond, who directed the Evil Dead stage play.
Oh, really? We love that.
And the same writing team. They're just great people. So I like staying busy. I don't intend to. I like what I do.
Well, to switch subjects real quick, how do you feel about the original Night of the Living Dead being public domain?
Well, it isn't. We're still fighting with the copyright office, but it goes on and on and on.
Okay, yeah,
Our first print had copyright on it, but that print was lost in the flood.
Oh, okay.
So ever since then, we've had this hellacious battle, and we actually had a registration till 1995. And then some idiot at the copyright office decided that we shouldn't have a registration based on the prints that the distributor let out in circulation where they didn't put a notice on. Not our fault. So technically, we should copyright belongs to us. The screenplays copyrighted, the novels are copyrighted. We're still trying to deal with that problem and still losing tons and tons of money. Of, basically a distributor error.
Okay. Well, talking about Night of the Living Dead, so is there a specific reason why you didn't use the term zombie in the movie?
Yeah, because zombies aren't necessarily flesh eaters. They weren't up until that time. Zombies weren't very scary. They just shambled around, tried to strangle somebody or throw somebody against a wall. When we made them flesh eaters, that's when they became scary. So a ghoul is a human or any person that goes after dead flesh. So not all zombies are bulls.
Okay, well, there's something interesting. You learn something new every day. So now, of course, we know that after the original movie, you know, you and George kind of split and you like did your own things. So you, of course, penned Return of the Living Dead, which wound up becoming a movie by Dan O'Bannon. So how do you feel about that movie? Because I love the movie.
Oh, I love that movie. I thought Dan did a great job. And, but I've only ever seen the first two. And that's all I want to see. Because I try not to see. I don't want to be influenced by other people's ideas or even wonder if I'd have had a certain idea if I didn't see this thing. I'd rather just keep that out of my mind and make my stuff unique. Sometimes I go see things like 28 Days Later. We were using Canon XL1 cameras in my movie making program, so I wanted to see what the blow-up looked like, and that's why I went to see that film, which I thought was pretty good all the way down to the last half hour, which was they turned it into a Rambo, and it didn't work in my opinion. But the movie made a lot of money. And finally, I saw Shaun of the Dead. You know, I met all those guys and spent some time with them in Spain at the Sitges Festival. So finally, after it was out for a few years, I did watch most of it, and I like that British sense of humor. If anybody comes up with an idea that works,
if it works, it works.
It works. I don't care. Fast zombies, slow zombies. If it's logical and it works, fine.
How do you feel about, because I've not actually read your original Return of the Living Dead, how do you feel about the zombies evolving into getting consciousness and retaining personalities? Like,
well, I've done some of that. I have scripts that I've written that get into that a little bit. You know, I think it can be probably carried too far.
Okay.
But on the other hand, who knows? You know, if somebody comes up with the right idea and it has a logic to it and it's not too big of a stretch and they make it work. I mean, I wouldn't deny anybody their creative ability, their insights. But I'll be the first to say when it goes astray and I think it's dumb, I'm going to say so.
Awesome. Well, John, it was fantastic talking to you. JohnRussoEntertainment.com.